inputs, and I really like that, and I will take that and go and recommend that can be one of the incentives that CHWs are given. But currently, the thinking around it is, although we are very hesitant, because if you can see, they have this extended package to deliver. So we are very hesitant, like to use them during census or Ministry of Education always uses them, and they do get sometimes monetary, sometimes non-monetary incentives in terms of like rain boots or umbrellas, buckets and stuff like that. So they do have those, but I like the issue of the agricultural inputs, and I really take that up. Thank you very much. In terms of, I would say that Zanzibar is always disadvantaged in terms of we always feel jealous of the mainland, because when they put the acknowledgements of the partners, the slide is always full. For us, we always have one or two. So yes, you noted that very well. It has been challenging managing, but as I said, we had the transition plan, which is very high level, and it's managed by the VP2 office. Currently, we do have some money to manage the task force, and the TWG is mostly managed by, we have a donor, and it's always managed by the partners. But again, we have quite a lot of needs, and we would like all you guys to chip in and support us in this initiative. You can see Zanzibar is very small. If you test out a model, I tell you, you'll win, because that's where you learn the lessons. You will take up all the recommendations which you need to make sure that model is taken to scale. I think those were the two. And I don't know if I missed anything. Okay, the guidelines.
Yesterday, from Dr. Salim, we all saw that there's some consistency in terms of partners extending services to Zanzibar. I'm wondering whether we don't let only Zanzibar lobby for partners, but also mainland being involved in lobbying. You know, having Dr. Antuli look into who are the partners that can, sometimes an executive decision can help. So I think we just can't let Zanzibar be Zanzibar. We have to speak for them and ensure that Tanzania has to speak for Zanzibar and see that we leverage some of the investments to Zanzibar. And the other issue that we may need to look into is how technology can be deployed to facilitate the complexities they have. 53 islands, imagine. Simply supervising and retraining CHWs may require that they get more investment in technology to translate their curriculum and the ongoing learning. I know D3 has made some investments, but I think it's something that we may need to look into, how technology can be an enabler, confront the environment and the challenges we have within. So, yeah.
Thank you. Guidelines, yes, we have, and we are in the process of coming up with revised guidelines for the revised packages. Currently, we are putting in additional indicators in the DHIS2, so that platform has to be revised, and in order to do that, it goes with its SOPs, and so it's like work in progress. There are a number of things like the strategic plan, which has just expired, and we are looking at strategic plan, which would then inform this whole process.
Dr. Fatima, if you're okay, I see 2 more hands behind you.
Thank you very much. So thank you, Dr. Fatma, for that very comprehensive responses, but just wanted to add that the Ministry of Health, with support from various development partners, is in the process of revising the training curriculum based on the new scope of work, as well as revising the community health minimum service package. This is work on progress, and they have also started the development of the community health investment case, the development of community health investment case, sustainability strategy, as well as a resource mobilization strategy. So there's a lot of work which is on progress, and I'm sure when we meet next time, you'll see how far the program has moved. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much. This is, thank you for an excellent overview. Appreciated your careful thinking about transition and sharing your lessons learned, particularly around thinking through the CHWs who are more on the service side and those who are more on the health promotion side. I think that's extremely valuable. I have 2 questions. One is focusing on your comments that you were making about maintaining the CHVs, and I was wondering if you are also are retaining and or have revised a systematic approach to fees in terms of the training, supervision, etc., alongside the new CHW cadre. And second is that while we were in Zanzibar for during the last 2 weeks, having discussions about PHC, we heard about the importance of a multisectoral response to challenges such as anemia and social and behavioral was a key part of it. And I was wondering if you could share in your thinking about both the CHVs in terms of the promotional role or the new CHWs, whether you have revised the training curriculum to support the role of CHWs as an agent of change, keeping the multisectoral issues in mind. You did a very comprehensive overview of the structures and the linkages between the CHW and the structures. But if you could speak to that, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yes, we do. Actually, for us, nutrition is an issue, and anemia is one of the precursors to maternal issues as well as newborn health. Yes, we've done extensive work in terms of revising the curriculum, which was very participatory, and it involved all stakeholders, including the communities themselves. So with the new CHW, they would go through that comprehensive curriculum, which is a bit intensive. And then the old card of CHVs, they are always refreshed with new materials. And they are actually our fast responders, as Dr. Slim had said. They are very good in terms of pointing out issues within their communities, because one of the, and in the islands, those of us who have lived in the islands know that the islands are even more complicated than other places. They will not allow you in their community if you are not from the community. So all these people are coming from within those communities, and they are very good in highlighting. I remember during COVID times, they would be able to say, this person has just come and they have a fever. So we would then send, the response teams to be able to manage those cases. So the old CARDA still has a revised package, and they are always refreshed. And then the new CHWs are going through that intensive training. So in terms of managing these nutritional issues and SBCC initiatives, we would, I believe we would be using the old CARDA CHVs. What was the other one? Multiple clinicals.
I think Nazo was just explaining a bit more about the multi-sectoral approach, and you've addressed that partially with the SBC and nutrition. You've given a highlight too, but just to understand a bit more what that looks like in the.
So for us, I think that that was a bit tricky because we had to sieve through the multitude of the CHVs, and we got different chengana Kiswahili sasa. We got different layers of them by doing that. It was sort of a mapping exercise. We do know the numbers in each shehia, in each level, where are they, who is it? So, and we did that very systematically. And then, as I said, the new packages which we have would then be used for the different layers that we have. And they would involve different people, including the local government authorities. And so Zanzibar doesn't have decentralization to that level, but in other aspects, it's still decentralized. So, yeah.
No, it definitely sounds like it's a process and you're well on the way, and that there's a lot probably that we can harvest and learn from in these coming months as your new community health workers graduate and go out into the field. I think it'll be very interesting to continue to follow that progress. But a lot's been done, a lot of groundwork, which I think has been critical, and now it's that next step forward. But just to congratulate again the Zanzibar team, again, strong commitment, strong vision, leadership from government, which is impressive. I think the priorities were spelled out very clearly in terms of what needs to be done. And there's definitely been an ask to all partners to say, how can we contribute to that vision? So can we put our hands together for Team Zanzibar? So now we are going to break for lunch. So we'll take 1 hour for lunch. So we'll plan to meet back here at 2:30. In the afternoon, just to give you a little incentive to come back on time, we have a really rich panel discussion, and followed by group work instructions. And then we're going to get busy and see how we can unpack these priorities into an action plan to accelerate community health on mainland and Zanzibar going forward. So see you back at 2:30. Thanks, everyone.